Hello and welcome to the Professional Business Connections. I'm Laura Viskovich. Today we have a very exciting guest on the show. You're just going to love her journey. We're going to be talking to Shantel Reitz about her journey and how she generates leads into the integrated title services. Welcome, Shantel.
Thank you. So good to be here. I appreciate it.
So can you just walk through a little bit of your background, how you came into what it is that you do?
Yeah, so I've got kind of a very, I guess, diverse background. A few years ago, I was an interior designer. I did that for a long time. When the market crashed, I decided it was a good time to step away and take some time with my family, which I did. And then I've always just kind of had this entrepreneurial itch, so to speak. We all, I think those of us business owners know exactly what I'm talking about. And so I decided to open up a fitness studio, which was a complete 180 really from design work and what I'd been doing. So I launched into doing that, and while I was building that company, I decided it would be a wise idea for me to take a full-time job to support the growth that I wanted within my fitness studio. So Core 7 Fitness began, and I decided that if I was going to work, I wanted to do something that would benefit my business. So I went into marketing and advertising.
Wow.
So I've been in that realm for a long time. I've done everything from print to all forms of digital marketing, even broadcast media, radio, TV, that kind of world. So I've got a really wide background of advertising and marketing. And while I was in that field, I was approached by Integrated Title Services. A friend had referred them to me, and they said, hey, we really want you to come work for us. So I was hesitant at first, but a couple of months down the road, I thought, you know what, this is a good move for me. I think this will be a great thing. So they pulled me in as their marketing director. So my job now is to help them build their company and help all of our escrow officers.
Fantastic.
So yeah, kind of a broad switch, but it's been fun.
Oh, absolutely love it. And so how do you generate your leads into your what you do at Title?
Sure. So everything I've done the last few years, I'm a very big people person. Everything I believe is based on relationships and networking and building that relationship of trust. So I have always been into that realm, and that's how I've done everything. All of my marketing and advertising, my sales background, always has generated from networking. So for me, I am always out and about at events, meeting people, creating connections, creating relationships, and becoming a connector for people. Because I meet so many people, I can just connect, just running around all the time. So that's what I specialize in.
Fantastic. Yeah. So how do you generate income? Because I know a lot of people out there, they do network, and they say, oh, I'm just not, you know what I mean? So is there a formula that you follow when you network?
I don't know necessarily about a formula. I think it's a lot about getting to know people truly, who they are and what they need, and being able to give that to them. When I know that I can make a connection for somebody, and it's that old adage, I scratch your back, you scratch mine, and it always comes back. So no matter what I do, if I'm out there and able to connect and help someone else, they will then go out of their way to look for ways to help me. And I'm not expecting that by any means. It's just naturally the flow of how things work. What you put out there comes back in your energy.
Love that. Law of attraction. I'm all about
yes.
that.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So is there any particular networking organizations that you frequent?
Well, obviously BNI.
Oh, I'm a big fan too.
Right. And right now in my current industry, I am doing a lot of things in the real estate realm because that's who I need to be with. But I've done various things over the years, and it depends. I've done a bunch of human resources groups, and so I always like to have a backbone of a stable one, and then one that's more industry specific to whatever I'm working on at the time. So that's kind of how I go.
Good. So BNI, walk us through what a meeting looks like to you every week, and how you educate the visitors and the members on your business.
Sure. So I think my position is a little bit different than most people in the title industry because I am a marketing representative. I I am the face for the entire company. So when I go out there, for me, it's all about personality matching. So when I meet people, it's saying who would they line up with, who would they function well with personality-wise. But also, because I'm a marketing rep, I really believe that my version of giving back is to help people build their businesses. If I can teach the marketing knowledge I have, then they will in turn grow, and business grows for everyone. Rising tide raises all ships, right? So I just like to tell people what I do and what my background is, and see how I can help them grow their business, and in turn eventually it comes back. So
fantastic. So is there any story that you have to share with us today on BNI? Is there a relationship that you've built that's really been a game changer for you in your business?
Yeah, so I'm very fortunate in our chapter with GeneroCITY in BNI Utah North. We have some amazing members, and I know all chapters do, but I think finding a chapter that you really can connect with the people there is so vitally important. But obviously, within every chapter, you'll have a pod of people that can refer back and forth to each other on a regular basis. So creating that relationship is very important, in having those people that you can develop that relationship of trust with and continually give that business back and forth.
So GeneroCITY, I love that chapter. I hear it's very vibrant. So how did you choose your BNI chapter? I
was a member years back when I did interior design, and of course we talked about me stepping away from business in general for a couple of years. So I had an experience, that's been like 12, 14 years ago. So coming back into a chapter, and in the industry I'm in, people always asking me, hey, I need a sub this week, can you go here? I need a sub, can you go here? So I've had the opportunity to visit multiple chapters over the last, couple of years. So finding where you fit, and then just honing in and making that your home is just awesome.
Fantastic. Yeah. So the energy and the vibrance.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. So if anyone out there is looking to join a group, a BNI, and they've never been to a meeting before, what would the words of wisdom from Shantel be?
I would say absolutely to check out a couple of groups, at least 2 or 3 groups, because you may or may not jive with the first one. I always tell people it's kind of like when you're wedding dress shopping. I know that's like so random, but when you find that dress, or you try on that dress, and then you start comparing everything back to that one dress, that's how you know where you fit. And so, but if you only try on one dress, you'll never know. Like you may not love it. It's kind of a random thought, but so making sure that you try a few different, get to know the members, get to know their presidency, feel the energy, and just find where you jive.
Yeah, great. So do you feel that BNI has been a really incredible source to fill your sales pipeline sort of
Absolutely.
Thing? Okay.
I've only been a member of GeneroCITY for a couple of months, but I would even say within that short time, probably 30% of what's in my pipeline has generated from BNI, which is great, and I only expect that to grow.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, momentum is built on over, because that's fantastic. Exactly. Great. So I do know that visitors are a huge part of the BNI chapters, especially in the Utah North region. So what would you say to someone who's thinking about attending? Would there be maybe a networking tip that you have to offer?
Sure. So I would say my biggest networking tip is ask a lot of questions. When people feel that you're vested in them and you want to know about them, it breaks down that initial icy barrier. And obviously my hair's blue, but I get away with a lot of things because my hair's blue, but just, being energetic and willing to step out of your box a little bit is a huge help.
Okay, great. Shantel, your story is absolutely sensational, so thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you.
So that's Shantel Reitz, everyone, from Integrated Title Services. And that's the show today. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next one for the Professional Business Connections.